Okay, welcome everyone. I'd like to call to order the first meeting of the night, which is the City of Lawrenceburg Board of Works meeting for September 6, 2022. Can I get a roll call, Mr. Fetty?
Board Member Tony Abbott.
Here.
Board Member Tommy Roulette.
Present.
The Attorney Dale Welton.
Here.
President Kelly Malone.
Here.
And myself.
Okay, announcements. I don't have any announcements for this particular meeting, guys, unless you two have something.
I have none.
Okay, if not, I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the previous meeting.
So moved.
Second,
I'll second it, Mayor.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And then I also have another approval of minutes for the meeting on
August
August the 19th. I get a motion?
I'll make that motion, Mayor.
Second,
All second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Before we go any further, I'd like to pause this meeting and open up the public hearing, which was advertised for 6 p.m. It says the USDA-RD's Community Facility Grant Program. This is an opportunity for anybody in the audience, anybody in the public to voice their opinion. I do have a question if you come to the podium. My understanding is this is a $50,000 grant for a rear loader garbage truck.
Yes, so, and by the way, I'm Victoria Beckert. I work with Administrative Resources for those who don't know me. I've been working with Judy. We met with Brad Macy and also Rodney Quicksall. And my understanding is they have a rear loader truck that's about 12 years old. It has a 10-year life expectancy. There are a lot of costs that have gone into maintaining that are pretty high. USDA has this great opportunity for cities and towns to help purchase garbage trucks, police cars, actually any sort of equipment that the city uses, you would be eligible for. They have a ratio of what you can apply for and receive in grant funding versus what they want you to spend. So Lawrenceburg is very fortunate that 75% is eligible for grant funding. Now I understand the cost of this is around $200,000, it sounds like. It sounds like you may also not be purchasing this for another year or two. But the way USDA works is you would apply. It could be up to a year before you hear from them just because they receive applications and kind of keep it in a hopper. They get funding every year around September, October. So once they would look at your application, if you're funded, they would pull from that list. If you were to receive notice of funding, but you said, hey, we're not ready to purchase this just yet, they will hold on to it for about a year. So don't feel like you'd be locked into it if you're not ready to purchase it right now. This is just a good grant opportunity because if it's something you're going to need to purchase anyways, you'd be eligible for, it's only up to $50,000. So it sounds like around $200,000 will be the cost of this. So 75% is your percentage, but you can only get up to $50,000. We
would get 25% through the grant.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. We did officially, as part of the grant process, have to advertise, so we put something in both of your newspapers on August 24th. That basically gave notice of this official public hearing for public comment, and also asked for anyone who wanted to provide a quote to submit those to Judy by 12 p.m. this Thursday. She hasn't received anything yet. We talked to Brad Macy, and he will be getting us probably one quote tomorrow from Sourcewell. It sounds like that is the city's go-to on getting quotes. So USDA likes to get at least 3 quotes, but if you can't, we can explain.
Yeah, our policy is we want to get that as well.
Sure.
So we may have to get that time extended if possible.
Well, and this is just a public notice.
Okay.
So we have to put it out there for everybody. So this is to give them a deadline, but the city can reach out, obviously, at your leisure. There's no deadline to submit this or get those quotes officially.
Okay, all right. Okay, so this isn't something, because we pushed the rear loader off for a couple budget years, simply because they had to purchase a side loader this year.
Sure.
So it is something that can be pushed off to use at a later date.
It is. I would just encourage you to apply now if you would like to, just because there is kind of a waiting period of time. And I guess I should say, since this is an official public hearing, Judy is passing around a sign-in sheet if those of you who are in attendance wouldn't mind signing for us.
Okay?
I've got a packet of information to Judy for your signature to sign if you choose to move forward. And I know she'll be requesting some information from the clerk treasurer's office because we do have to show funds to USDA, balances, and just a letter showing what your balances are committed to, basically. But
So you need a vote tonight on whether to proceed or not, or just the public hearing?
if that's your process, I'm just here to do the public hearing, but if you officially need something formal to move forward, that may not be a bad idea.
We'll probably have to add that on to the next agenda if that's
Sure.
okay, because it wasn't advertised that way.
Sure.
For that, but
I mean, is that part of the grant? Does the grant say that it has?
The
to
grant
be-
does not require it. If
Require
it's your requirement to submit,
Yeah,
then,
it's just-
you think we should?
Because sometimes grants, or certain grants that you have to,
Right.
you know,
It's not a requirement, but I think we ought to
yeah.
put it on next agenda. That way we have some time to look at it and stuff. Okay.
sure.
You guys okay with that?
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do that. Anyone in the audience want to speak about potential? Okay. Well, thank you very much, Victoria.
Thank you.
Judy, thank you.
Thank you.
Always like free money.
Yeah.
Okay, at this time, I'd like to close the public hearing. It's at 6:07. And unpause the Board of Works meeting. So I'd like to move on with new business I got one under my name. The Adult Center is looking for fundraising opportunities, and they're considering a bucket drive. And that's something that we require to come before Board of Works. And we have, I think we even have designated areas.
I know of,
I have the
I
whole
know
sheet.
of two of them.
Okay.
If you want to
Yeah.
read it, or you good?
Go ahead, you can read it, Tommy.
No, I just really needed it.
Anyway.
Really, it's just a 111.13 charitable solicitations, and they have a copy of this over at the Adult Center as well, and it does list the streets that you can do it, the times and everything. And the streets are Walnut and Tate, Walnut Center, Second and Front Streets, and then it does says that this must be approved to the Board of Works, which we are doing now, if that's what we so do.
Any questions, you guys?
I have none.
I'm okay with them doing it. It's like a good thing to do.
Yep, and it's permissible. That was the main thing when they asked me and Mr. Bonduran at the meeting. I'm like, I'm not really sure they do it anymore.
I remember Little League used to do it all the time. Fire department used to do it all
Yes, we
the
did.
time. Boot drives and stuff.
Yeah, Roar does it all the time.
Yeah.
I got hit up last
I
night.
usually, yeah, Saturdays I go, no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. You don't go down George Street, do you?
Yes,
I kind of like the idea because it brings more awareness to them as well, that they're still moving,
Absolutely.
everything's going. I think it's a great idea.
Yes.
Hope it goes well.
They're
for 'em.
trying their best. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
they're working really,
They're
really
looking at
hard.
different
That says, I mean, that's great.
I commend them on doing it. Sarah, they're doing,
Yep.
they're doing a good job
Think
over
so.
there. I gave them some other ideas as well, but we'll see. But, okay, so, I'll entertain a motion then to allow the Adult Center to do a bucket drive on a date of their choosing, I guess, is how we'll word it.
Fine with me. Yep.
Second,
Second?
or first, Tommy?
I'll make that motion, Mayor.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Now, as long as it doesn't go with some night that we're doing something downtown.
Right, yeah,
I think it only states you can do it on Saturdays anyway. Yeah, it's only on Saturdays.
it is.
Yeah, it's spelled out. This was passed in 2000.
But we would not want them to do it Saturday of like fall music.
Right, right.
Right.
I see what you,
Too much
exactly what you're
traffic
saying.
and-
Yeah.
Not, yes,
We wouldn't
yes,
wanna
I
make
follow
some
along,
money.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that would be hopefully where they give us a date and we can check.
yeah. My assumption it'll be in October. I don't know. Yep, we can do that.
Yes.
Okay,
Christmas
good.
Eve.
I don't have any additional new business or any old business for this meeting. You guys got anything you want to add?
I have nothing.
If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve the claims.
So moved.
I'll
Second.
second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. I need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is a pass. All right, thank you. All right, next meeting I'd like to call to order is the Lawrenceburg Utility Board, a meeting for September 6th, 2022. Can I get a roll call for this meeting,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Petty?
Yes, you can. Board Member Tony Abbott.
Here.
Board Member Justin Knopper.
Sir?
Board Member Tommy Roulette.
Present.
Board Member Lenny Fryman.
Here.
Board Member Brett Bondurant.
Yes, sir.
We got Utility Director Billy Kennett.
Here.
We got City Attorney Dale Weldon.
Here.
President Kelly Malone.
Here.
And myself.
All right, any announcements, Director Kennett?
I just wanted to announce that we did have an outage up on the hill today. We experienced a lightning strike. We believe that's what caused the problem. And it took 2 of the 3 phases down up there. So we probably had about 50 people out. Crews are fantastic about responding, and as soon as they got the calls, they were headed that direction, and within 2 hours, we had everything back on. So it's fortunately, we don't have many outages, so it is news when it happens. So I just wanted to bring everybody up to speed. You know, from what we can tell, there was a couple of big lightning strikes that came through about 11 o'clock, and we think that is what hit that line up there.
Oh, we've had some rain, you think?
Just a little bit.
My goodness, yeah.
I was kind of upset about it, though. I was watching Gunsmoke when it happened.
Maybe it's time for you to get a job.
Billy, speaking of all the rain we had, have we got any offers from us to help Madison or
Haven't heard
Richland County? Have
haven't
they
heard of
needed
anything.
any help?
No. The only thing, Steve Lampert reached out to us, and we helped him out with some supplies. His family is from Eastern Kentucky, and he took a couple guys down there and worked on establishing water service to some of the flood victims down there. So we provided some supplies for him to go down there, but that's the only request we've received.
Were you speaking on what happened in Switzerland County? or
Yes,
what
Richland
happened
County, Madison, all the
just over
flooding
this
there.
past weekend's what I
Yeah, just this past weekend, I
Yeah.
thought maybe they might have reached out to us for some help
No.
for the utilities.
Haven't heard of anything yet.
Okay.
That hit quick down there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Any other announcements, Bill?
That's it.
All right, if no other announcements, I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the previous meeting.
So move.
Second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. New business, Director Kennett, hospital substation repairs.
Yes, sir. We had Eaton come in during the spring and do the hospital substation inspection. Those substations are supposed to be on a rotating basis every 3 years. We had not done that for a few years. We're playing catch up. So the hospital we did in the spring, Hollywood substation we'll do this fall, and then Walker we'll do next spring. So we're in a catch-up mode to get that caught up. During the inspection of the hospital substation, Eaton found a medium voltage breaker to limit switch to be bad, a couple of regulator drag hand reset switches to be bad, and 3 failed power quality meters. These substations, it's such a high asset within a short volume of space, and we really take care of these things and watch them and make sure we keep them up to date and working properly. So my recommendation is out of this Eaton work that they've done as far as preventative maintenance inspection. This is what they found as a result of that, and the repairs would be $29,530. So the recommendation is to have Eaton come back in and fix these items that they have on their proposal.
What was that number again, Mr. Kennett?
$29,530.
Okay. Need that in the form of a motion?
Yes.
Are they gonna be doing our inspections on all the subs then at Eaton? Is that who?
So they had used Eaton in the past, and we were behind in the inspections, so that's the reason we're using Eaton to do the hospital in Hollywood. We will be preparing an RFP for Walker Substation so that we can get competitive bids on all of that. We were just, it's so important, and we were so behind, and Eaton had done it in the past, that that's the reason we used Eaton to do the inspections.
I thought we had to use it. I thought we couldn't use anybody but Eaton.
No, we can use other people to do these inspections.
That's not.
Yeah. That's probably not what you were told in the
No.
past, but it
That's what we
is.
had to use Eaton, and that's why we didn't.
No,
Without
there's
begin with.
other companies that can do these inspections.
Yes.
We'll pre-qualify them. It takes time to do that. It's such a specialty item that you've got to pre-qualify them to make sure that they can do the inspections the way we need to do them, the way we want them done.
Okay.
Is this an emergent necessity then on this to get this?
Yeah, this is something we don't mess around with. Anytime we find something like this wrong in the substations, we like to get those fixed.
Say based on the urgency of the matter, then I'd move that we would accept this proposal.
Okay, the proposal on the floor is from Eaton for $29,530 for the, which substation?
It's hospital substation.
Hospital substation, repairs.
I'll second that motion.
By Justin, second by Tony. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. All right, any other new business, Mr. Kennett?
No, sir.
Old business, you got some property that was sold at auction.
Yeah, so good news here.
$29,530 worth?
Well, it was $23,750. A little bit
pretty
on the
good.
short side. We needed to sell a couple more things.
$5,000 out of
But,
your paycheck.
out there at the auction house, they just continue to do a great job for us. And so we sold Jay's old truck, Scott's old truck. There was a remedial van I wasn't even aware that we had. There was a trailer that we sold, and then we sold the box container that had the walk-in cooler, and then we sold 2 other containers. Jay's truck sold for $4,000. Scott's truck sold for $3,100. That remedial van sold for $7,200. The trailer was $850. That container box with the walk-in cooler was $3,400. And one of the other box containers sold for $2,800, and another container for $2,400. So what we're doing here is just getting rid of stuff that, you know, it's been sitting around for a long time, and you know, we've been able to turn it into cash, so that's a good thing.
Some of the vehicles had seen their time though, correct?
I can't believe they went for the
They're-
price
yeah.
they went. You know, I was very pleased with that. You know, with Scott's truck, you could hear it coming 3 or 4 blocks down the road, and it was to the point where, you know, we didn't want to
Unsafe.
put any more money into it to fix it. So, you know, we received $3,100 for that truck.
Hard to believe.
That's, yeah,
That is hard to believe. I want to give you $500 for it.
yeah.
Bill, are those containers that are down at the motorcycle speedway, are those owned by the utilities, do you know of? Are you aware?
Those are owned by the motorcycle, Herschels. They are Herschels, the motorcycles.
Oh, they are?
Right.
Okay.
We have been in conversation with him to get them emptied, and our Civil City will be gladly take them out of there for him, but he is not taking everything out of them. But they're not, the city does not own them.
Okay, that's why I was asking, just because you could probably auction them.
Yeah,
They're not
but
in
I,
the best shape, but,
we've all been saying we really like them out of there, nice.
yeah, well,
Good point.
thanks for the answer.
Like I like Justin, always looking for money.
Well, we may get money if he lets us take them, but we take them to E-Town.
Yeah.
That's where
Yeah.
Brad had
Yeah.
talked about taking them, but they're not ours now. No, they're a site too.
Any other old business?
No, I did just think of something though for the announcements I should have brought up. We have the Line Workers Rodeo happening the 23rd and 24th of this month. So we're very excited about that. We've been over cleaning up the grounds, and cleaning the poles and cleaning the cross arms and.
No animals included in this rodeo.
No, it's strictly
No belt buckle.
line workers, and on Friday, we have the apprentices coming in to compete, and on Saturday, we have the linemen coming in to compete, and the apprentices can compete in the linemen's competition. I was just up at IMPA for the board meeting last Friday and talked to quite a few people up there, and they're excited, putting together teams and coming down here, so we're expecting a good turnout for that.
Any idea how many teams, or you?
I haven't heard
Pre-registered
from
or anything?
Dwayne yet, how many teams. He said that he would feel good if there's 3 or 4 teams, but I know there's many more than that.
Oh, good.
So we'll have a good turnout.
Good deal.
And this is also no cost to the utilities, correct?
No.
They put this on.
The only cost, we're hosting the meet, so we're putting on the food Friday and Saturday. So after they have the competitions, we'll have the food.
Feeding.
And the guys I told them to go to the Main Street Market to buy the meat, so we're buying local. And they're buying some pork shoulders and brisket and chickens, and they'll smoke them up, and then we'll have them all for dinner.
Perk Lenny's ears.
Are we invited?
This is for the participants.
Lenny will do some karaoke.
Lenny,
Hey,
we have to climb the pole. We have to get up that pole.
put me in, coach. I'm ready to go.
Yep.
You want to get a
I
team?
can-
Good range, you got a big tent you can go in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Mayor, I have something under old business, if
Yes.
you're finished, Mr.
No,
Cook.
Yeah.
Where are we at with the water meters? Did we ever get the new water meters in? And
Funny you should ask that question, Tommy. I just sent an email out today. We've received all of the Neptune water meters. Those were the 2-inch and above. We still have not received the Deal water meters. We've received 400 out of the 3/4 inch, and we haven't received any inch or inch and a half. And I sent them an email today and said, you have overextended my tolerance for this. It's almost a year to the date that we placed that order. And so I've given them until the end of September to deliver on those meters. If not, I'm canceling the order, and then we'll go back to Neptune. Neptune was a more expensive meter, but if we can't get the meters, it's not doing us any good. So we'll have to revisit that. I've given them to the end of the month, and I've not seen a response. I sent that email this morning. I haven't seen a response from them.
so for clarification, do we have the 5/8 and 3/4 residential and just not some
Yeah, so
larger ones?
They've shipped 400 there was about 1,500 of those meters,
Okay.
of the 5/8 and 3/4. So we have 400. We've got enough to keep our crews busy. And we're having a meeting Thursday to talk about our implementation plan, and we need to get that boosted up as well, because we need to get more meters replaced than what we're doing.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to see them guys doing that in the middle of winter,
Yeah.
replacing meters.
Any other questions? If no other old business, I'll entertain a motion to approve the claim.
So moved.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Need a motion to adjourn this meeting.
Mayor, before we adjourn, I'm surprised Mr. Noppert didn't bring this up, and I forgot. In the minutes, under old business, second paragraph, it has someone else's name in there instead of Mr. Noppert. We need to change that.
It's already been changed in the
Okay.
master over there, yeah. But what you got was already, what you got,
Yeah.
what it says, but it's already been changed.
But I reviewed it, and it was Mr. Noppert that stated that
Yes.
question. Thank you. That's all I have.
All right.
I'll make a motion for adjournment then.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, I'd like to call to order the City of Lawrenceburg Council meeting for September 6, 2022. If everyone could rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Mr. Fetty, once more.
right. Councilperson Tony Abbott.
Here.
Councilperson Justin Noppert.
Sir?
Councilperson Tommy Roulette.
Present.
Councilperson Lenny Fryman.
Present.
Councilperson Brett Bondurant.
Yes, sir.
You got City Attorney Dale Weldon.
Here.
Mayor Kelly Malone.
Here.
Myself.
All right, announcements, board reports, streets, alleys, and curbs, downtown area, Mr. Abbott.
We're in good shape.
All right, streets, alleys, and curbs on Ludlow Hill, Mr. Fryman.
All good.
Finance, Brett Bondurant.
No report, Mayor.
Parks and Playgrounds, Mr. Noppert.
Wasn't able to check in, but were we able to get the pool shut down and closed up?
It's in the process of it.
Yeah.
I think they'll come in next week
Yeah.
and shut it down.
Seems like everything went pretty well.
Yeah.
Got it open just a little bit late, but everything moved forward pretty well for the season. A lot of attendance there.
Yep.
With that being said, will our building maintenance crew be with them so they know how to
Yes.
properly shut down?
Yeah, they do.
Oh, they do it every year? Okay.
Yep.
I know there was an issue last year with something freezing up. That was
a
on
water
our end.
line that was not drained yet.
Yeah.
That's because somebody turned it back on when they were replacing the liner.
And
Didn't turn it off.
Yeah, it was done the correct way, and then.
Gotcha.
Did that other fountain person ever show up for the Old Town Park, New Town Park?
Yeah.
I just talked to Mario again this morning about it, because they're doing some work over there today, he's saying, I thought, well, maybe the fountain people got in there now. And what it was before Arts and Crafts this week, I guess the sidewalk had risen like about 3.5 inches over the last week and a half over there. Afraid we'd have a tripping hazard, all the crowd over there. So, but he told me that we're on the schedule for this month for the fountain. So,
Good deal.
so we should be seeing some progress over there on getting that thing replumbed and back
Now-
up and running.
While they're replumbing that, if that has anything else that needs to be done,
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do it.
Good deal.
Yeah,
Good deal.
at the same time.
Yep.
It's just an iconic fountain.
Yes, it is. Been here for some time.
It's a good question. Thanks for asking, yes. One thing I'd like to mention is I'm sure everybody's getting their utility bills for September. And I want to thank this group up here for voting to use some of our ARPA funds again this year to pay September's utilities. I've gotten a lot of feedback from people, both out on the street and in some emails and texts, thanking you guys for approving that. I'm sure you guys have gotten the same kind of feedback. And, the one thing is, it's not gaming dollars doing that. It's not the property, it's not tax money. It was grant money, actually.
Yep. ARP.
And that's what we chose to do with that, was to pass it on to the residents here in Lawrenceburg. So I applaud you guys and appreciate it myself, as my utility bill says 0, by the way. And so I just wanted to thank you guys for doing that again, because it's well received.
Mayor, we'd like to thank you as well, because you were just as much part of that.
Well,
Yes.
I believe
appreciate
you
it.
brought that to our attention, to be honest.
But I did help make up for it this month.
Oh, you did?
Yes, I did. I went to water my garden about 6 o'clock in the evening and didn't remember to turn it off till 9 o'clock the next morning.
Oh, boy.
Oh,
8,000 gallons, wasn't it, Bill?
Yeah.
so did you charge him?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he charged me.
And so one thing about.
I know you're filling a pool.
One thing about the utility bills, we like to give credit where credit's due, and so we've had a lot of calls, and a lot of people have stopped me and thanked me for paying for the utility bills, and I make sure that it's known that it was the council and the mayor that they should thank for this, that that's where the credit belongs. So I appreciate you guys doing this. It's at a time where, you know, we can tell people need the help. You know, we look at our accounts receivable and we can see people need the help. So this was very timely, and it's a great thing that you guys did.
Well, I think it's safe, I mean, I think everybody up here feels the same way. We're all one team, so we appreciate the work your folks in the office had to do to make sure this happened and got done. So thank you, appreciate it. The other thing I'd like to mention is do not forget about Fall Music Fest coming up at the end of this month, 23rd and 24th. Friday night is rock and roll night for Tony Abbott's kind of people, that age group, and me. I can put myself in there too.
You
And then
say
Saturday
oldies
night
rock and
is-
roll, or
70s never die.
Oh, yeah. And then Saturday will be country night, but don't forget, we got the car show on Saturday morning, and we'll have Veteran Salute Saturday afternoon. I'm requesting if you guys are in town and available, to make yourself available about 6:30 on Saturday evening. And I'd like to get you guys up there and parade you through, but, and, you know, so people can thank you guys, because I thank you guys at all the events and Music on the River, because you guys appropriate the money to do these events. And they deserve to see you guys and recognize you in person too. So if you can make it, that would be great.
Does that mean,
Oh,
does that
no.
mean that
No, it doesn't mean
Saturday
anything
night
you're
that I
thinking.
get to sing up there?
No, it does not.
Come on, Mayor. I was gonna sing. They're
We'll let
gonna put
you-
me in the movies.
We'll let you sing on Sunday during cleanup.
Boy,
Anyway, okay, I don't have any other announcements. Do you guys have anything you want to add?
First recycling pickup,
Today, or Thursday is going to be
Yes.
first
Thursday.
recycling.
Thursday. Yep.
Or, I take it back, yeah, Thursday. Today was the first garbage pickup. If you had old garbage pickup on Monday, Thursday.
Missed it.
Did you?
Did you?
We got calls today about it.
I
There's
looked
some
out
other
back
people that
at
missed
the
it.
townhouses, and there was not one blue can out, so I thought it can't be today. Everybody missed it.
And then Tuesday, Friday, old pickup is on Wednesday, tomorrow, so. And I think everybody forgot.
It's gonna take a
today
week.
because
It'll take 1 week to
I
get
think
used
we
to it.
all
and
thought
it'll
it
be
was
good.
Monday today, so.
Yeah.
I did.
I can say they give us plenty of notification.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Even
whenever
tied
you're
it to the
trying
new
to
container.
shut down the words on it. I
Yeah,
thought-
it's like, whew, maybe.
So, but no, we thank everybody that's made that possible. I think it's gonna be a great program, by the way.
I think it is going to be a good transition as well. Also
Yes.
with that, I think just to kind of make people aware that all refuse needs to be in the can.
Yes.
And now that this isn't going around 2 trips per pickup and
Yeah.
people
Oh,
putting
right.
all the stuff outside of the can.
Yeah.
Everything needs to be in the can.
With
The whole idea behind doing recycling, other than it's the right thing to do, was as a cost savings.
Yes, that's what I was
And
gonna say.
We're not
That's
using,
garbage.
we're not running double the routes. We can utilize our guys for other things, a full day out of the week. And we're trying to subtract out of the monthly that we pay for landfill. You know, we pay around $22,000 a month in landfill, and we're hoping that recycling will help eventually cut that about 50%. But we're hoping for we'll know some substantiated cost reduction this year, so.
And that's one thing I'd really like to stress, if people will utilize that, that's going to save us money, because that's less, as you
Yeah.
stated, garbage going to the field. Whereas when we take the recycles in,
Great point, and, you know, we'll get paid back on some
Yes.
of the recycle, but the other thing is, it keeps us from having to, you know, we don't want to charge our residents. You know,
No, we do not. We can
all
keep from it.
enjoy a free garbage pickup, unlike a lot of municipalities, and I'm fortunate, I feel like we all want to keep doing that.
Yeah.
And it's just a way to help everybody, you know, help us all save a little money, so that's good, that's really good, thank you. Anybody, anything else? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the previous meeting.
So moved.
Second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, new business, Mr. Fetty, credit card ordinance.
Yes, we got, this would be ordinance 2022-11-11.
All right,
And basically what it is, and this was probably kind of a little bit overdue because LMU, they've been accepting credit cards for a while. But per Indiana law, in order to accept credit cards, in order for a city to accept credit cards, you have to have an ordinance that states that in writing. Basically, if you kind of go through there, it just basically tells you what the credit card's accepted, kind of how it fits into the law. And the other part is, if there's a fee charged, it can be either picked up by the person using the credit card, or it could be picked up by the city, not to exceed a certain amount on either one.
Okay.
But it's just a formality thing. Once again, got with Dell, he wrote it up, and it looks good to me. So if you had any questions reading through it, let me know.
any questions?
I have none, Mayor.
If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve ordinance number 2022-11 and approve it tonight, as long as the vote is unanimous.
So
So
moved.
moved.
Second?
I'll second it, Mayor.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thanks,
Thanks.
guys. Okay, next item I have is donation committee recommendations. You guys see the two that were approved. Nothing that wasn't was recommended was not approved, or not approved this month. Any questions on those?
Sir.
Two good events. I'll entertain a motion to approve the donation committee requests.
So moved, Mayor.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, the next item I'd like to bring out is this is the project services agreement / architectural. This is the AIA agreement. I would entertain a motion to approve. This is for, let me explain this. This is for a combination of, what you're gonna see is the next two items are gonna be for a combination of 6 projects going on in the city that we've had on the back burners and needed to be done. One being the trail bridge on the trail up here, if you guys are familiar with the trail. Another one is we're looking at a walking path up on the hill to Ludlow Hill Park from the residential areas. And then the third one is a reconfiguration, a redo of the facade on the Lawrenceburg Community Center. And then the fourth one is a potential renovation of the Lawrenceburg Police Department. And then the sixth one was the dock expansion down at Tanner's Creek. So those are the 6 projects we're talking about. The first, they're split up into 2 different agreements. The first one is the AIA agreement, which covers any of the architectural projects. Any questions regarding that?
Didn't we also discuss the utility building and data center as well?
Yeah, I'm sorry, those were on there too. I'm sorry, I missed it.
No, that's all right. Just for clarification, and what Mr. Kennett's saying here, with what we do in the utility department, we will be reimbursed for that from the utilities.
It's just the utility.
Yeah,
It was in your capital budget.
Yeah, the design is included in the capital price that y'all approved. And what'll happen is, the city will invoice us for our portion of the engineering.
Of the build out.
Yeah.
You're exactly right. Good point, Tom. Any other questions before we proceed?
Is this is for all the projects? So, I mean, Dave, was this also, you guys lead with the Veritas Group and then also using American Structure Point as the engineer for all 6 and any other projects that we would add on to the additional, or would you proceed and to go out and for requests for proposals or qualifications from other engineers or architects for future projects?
Right, so the master service agreement that you have before you here includes all the work for the projects that we've discussed, the engineering and architectural services for those projects. If there are any other projects that come into this that were proposed to us, that would need to come through an additional agreement. This is only addresses the projects that we have, that we've discussed here with the IT data center roof replacement, the utility barn improvements, the community center facade improvement, and the police station renovation scoping.
That's for the AIA agreement.
That's for the AA portion.
Yeah.
I just
Mike with.
wanted to introduce myself, Mike McBride. I'm Vice President with American Structure Point. And just to kind of give you a feel for what these agreements are, we call them general services agreements. Many times we would establish this type of agreement to help expedite many times unknown tasks and services that might be identified in the city's ongoing business. Many times they'd have a $0 fee attached to them. It's just, it sets forth the general terms and conditions of a contract so that there's a contractual tool between the consultant and the city to expedite services. In this case, we were asked by the city and their representatives to establish a fee ceiling so that we knew in general what the primary tasks were. So we capped each one of these two contracts with a fee ceiling. That is not what we expect the fee to be. It's something that we thought was safe, we would not go above. So what will happen from this point forward is individual task orders will be approved under this fee ceiling, totaling up to something below that ceiling, and we'll start with scoping services. So that scoping process kind of gets our arms around what do we really need in each one of these projects and what would the feasible construction cost be associated with, so that the city then can begin to budget that process. So there will be individual tasks under that. If the city at some point decided there's other items that we've identified we want to do, you could add those into this general services agreement, should that be something that's desired. So.
Thanks for that clarification.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's helpful.
Okay. Any other questions? That's a good question. So first I'll ask for a motion to approve the project service agreement, which deals with the architectural projects, which is we're calling the AIA agreement. Motion?
You guys voted on it.
No one's going to make a motion? Do we not feel comfortable making a motion? We need,
I don't know. I feel like I need a little more time, really. The number is pretty high to me, but.
That's the ceiling number they may not be reached, and these are projects we've been trying to get done. This is 6 of them. I'll make the motion to go ahead and do it.
I'll second it.
Got a motion and a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. The next one is project services agreement to deal with the infrastructure projects. We'll approve this one contingent upon the Trail Bridge, the Ludlow Hill Park Path, and the dock expansion to be included in writing in this agreement.
These are two projects need to be done for a long time, way overdue. So I'll make the motion to accept project service agreement for the infrastructure.
No, second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. What we need to do tonight, I think, is in order to get started on the trail bridge, which is the most pressing, I think we call it, project to look at. And like I think it was explained, is when the tasks come back up, they will be given to David, and then David will bring them to you guys to be discussed and voted on. All right? So I'd like to get a motion to approve the task order on the infrastructure contract to move forward with the permitting and scoping of the trail bridge.
I'll make that motion.
Second?
I'll sec, oh, I'll second.
Brett?
Yes, sir.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. All right. All right, that's all the new business I have. And I don't have any old business. Any, you guys got anything you want to add? I'll entertain comments from the audience.
Yeah, I got one.
Yes, ma'am.
The people in our building, each one got a bag for recycling.
Uh-huh.
But they told us we had to take them to the fairgrounds, empty them. And nobody, but most of them have a car.
No, I believe you got, you should have cans in the back to empty those into.
Are there some back there?
Supposed to be cans, yeah.
That or were they to go to the fire department?
Well, we were gonna put a couple cans back there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and you
it
can,
should be.
and you can actually, any green can you see around too, I mean, there's,
Yeah.
you can.
But Lee, I'll check on that. We were supposed, I think that the
Walk up
agreement
somebody's
was to put a couple of green
Put 'em in
cans
mine.
back there.
Well,
You guys can just empty them in there.
per the standard was 6 families or less received cans, individual
Correct,
cans.
yeah.
And there are only a few large apartment complexes that actually have recycling dumpsters, so.
Right.
Yeah, so yeah,
They were sort of in the middle of that.
Yeah.
yes, and there's a lot of situations like that in the middle, so, yeah. I don't think
Yep.
it's gonna be a problem to have a few cans
No.
in locations around some of those complexes.
I got another question. Have they ever cleaned up the dogs power for the water, the dogs wading pools?
Have they ever done what? Huh?
Cleaned up the wading pools at the dog park?
They actually replaced them.
Didn't they? I ain't been down there. I got a dog, you know, so I'm down there.
Yeah.
So the last time I was down there, they were dry. There was no water in them at all. But that's been a month.
One day said the water
Go.
went on. That was probably early. They turned the water on.
I'll check, I haven't Parks checked that out. Waiting. All right. What else you got?
That's all I got.
Oh.
Probably good laundry to do. My daughter loves that.
I'll check on, make sure you guys have a couple cans over there at both of the buildings, actually.
There's Gus there watching, you know.
Well,
Yeah.
it's all right. Okay, anybody else? If not, entertain a motion to approve the claims.
So move.
Second,
I'll second it, Mayor.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion-
Thanks, Alan.
Motion carries, you bet, Lee. Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second,
Second.
second, Lenny, all in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Do not forget.